Moving on to more news, massive violence broke out in Shillong after an argument between a woman and a bus conductor. Now, the conductor was allegedly beaten up by a mob for apparently misbehaving with the woman. Following this, the bus conductors' cohorts have gathered in that area and indulged in violence. There is a heavy police deployment in the area following the violence, and those are the visuals that were recorded earlier from Shillong, where certain situations there turned out of control. There you can see heavy deployment of police as well, where you have petrol bombs and weapons that have been seized. Let me, we have this report coming in from Arindam, who gave us in detail how this entire incident panned out.
Curfew has been imposed in parts of Shillong city this morning as violence has flared up. This is an incident which took place yesterday. A bus conductor was beaten up in a locality. After that, there were protests in the cantonment area, and following which there was violence. Late last night, there was police action in which several people got injured. And even now, we are in the near the police bazaar area. You can see the protesters standing face to face with the police, and the police is trying to bring the situation under control. They are trying to pacify the crowd. Some people have been arrested. You can see these some people are arrested, and the police are right now trying to bring the situation under control. Let me tell you that curfew has been imposed in parts of Shillong city, and as you can see, large number of police and paramilitary forces have been deployed to bring the situation under control. You can see the protesters are standing face to face with the security forces. They are pelting stones, and the police are also trying to pacify them by lobbing tear gas shells and baton charging. But right now the situation here in Shillong remains tense and volatile.
And Arindam is joining us with more details. Arindam, we were just seeing your report. It was quite tense in Shillong yesterday. What is the situation now?
Well, the situation right now in Shillong remains tense. Curfew has been imposed in parts of the Shillong city which has been demarcated as sensitive areas. So heavy deployment of Meghalaya police as well as paramilitary forces have been made to bring the situation under control. Last night there was a widespread violence in several parts of Shillong city, in which the protesters pelted stones at the police and also vandalized public property. So police had to resort to baton charge as well as tear gas shelling and firing in the air to bring the situation under control. Last night the situation eased up, but again in the late in the morning hours today, the situation flared up, where we witnessed that protesters came out in the streets, and they had pelted stones for the police, and the police had to resort to tear gas shelling.
All right, Arindam, thanks very much for joining us with the details. So there is tension after clashes that were reported in Shillong.